their stats from police reports are very consistent with these numbers for the last 23 years. Only 33% of stuff that occurs to churches occurs inside the building. Majority, 66%, as you can see here, occur outside. Their activity, they're on the property, they're at an activity location, but they occur outside of the actual ministry event. Occurred during the event, only 40%. Occurred in off hours, almost 60%. So far what we're looking at is outside in the parking lot, on the sidewalks, before or after church is a majority of the stuff is going on. And then a single attacker at 71% of the time. So as we look at this stuff, there's some lessons we can continue. And I've been talking about this stuff for a while. And I just want to continue to reinforce that we need to pay attention to our parking lots, sidewalks, that kind of stuff. It seems to me like the ideal place for us to be is at the front doors, looking out into the parking lot and watching our lobby. If we could have one single entrance right where people come out of the parking lot into the lobby, that's a very efficient place to be. But in this situation, we also have to talk about being in the parking lot. So, I mean, we got to pay attention to these things before and after the service, before and after things are going on. So ideally, the statistics and crime events and problems around churches tell us, ideally, the security team members, you and I, should be the first people to show up, and we should be the last to leave. And I know that that's not easy. We should be there first. We should be there. If we've got people like this usher arriving at 6:45 in the morning, I should be there at 6:30. Our security team people should be there at 6:30. And I'm sure if the ushers arriving at 6:45, there's probably other members of the leadership team that are there at 6:30 or 6. So you and I should be the first ones there, and we should be the last ones to leave. And again, I know it's not easy to do. I have a couple people on my team that I truly love, but man, as soon as things are starting to wind down after church, I look around and they're gone. And so it's like they're done. As soon as things are even starting to remotely wind down, they're gone. And so, but I do think that you and I should look at, and I love them. I'm not criticizing them. I completely understand that we're volunteering, and I'm sure we all have folks like that. And we have others that'll stick around and that are very dedicated and very willing to be there. So we just got to work with what we have. But I want to encourage you to encourage yourself or to encourage them that we should be the first to arrive in the morning, and we should be the last ones leaving if we're truly doing our job, because there are so many instances you can look at. Ministers, I mean, there's first thing that always comes to my mind when I talk about this topic is the pastor in northern Idaho many years ago that's going out to the parking lot, and somebody ends up meeting him out there towards his car and shoots him several times. He survives. There's another one with a drummer, as a practice stayed over just a little bit longer after church, heading out to the car. He's also shot. And so I just want to remind us that we are the security and we're there to protect the people. And that should include our teams. We should be around there on Sunday mornings. And I know it's not easy to do. I know it's hard to get enough people, and it's hard to stay there, get there early and stay there on a Sunday or a Saturday whenever you meet. We should try to at least be making some rounds every few minutes into the parking lot. During the services, I try for every 10 minutes to have somebody walk through the parking lot. If you have a bigger parking lot, you might not need somebody dedicated to that. And I know sometimes we've got other duties. Sometimes we may have to fill in for ushers. We may have to pass the bucket, pass the plate, whatever you call it. We may have to pass out pamphlets. We may have to help with other duties, and I completely get that. But in between, if we keep moving, if we get those jobs done, and my examples I've given in the past is like you take the offering, you go in to help with offering, you come out, walk through the parking lot real quick, go back, pass out those pamphlets, go back and walk through the parking lot. It means we're very busy, but I think it's really something that we need to do.